Hello and welcome to Founder's Fortune. Founder's Fortune is a fun colony builder with a bit of combat and a lot of character development. Similar to games like Oxygen Not Included and RimWorld, you have to meet your colonists' requests, keep them fed and happy, and level them up in various professions. Founder's Fortune is the first game from Dionic Software, which are currently developing Infospace that I have featured on my channel. I played Founder's Fortune a couple of years ago, when it was first released as early access. Since then, I've been watching progress, but regrettably haven't been able to play it for you. With all the changes made leading up to the full release and the changes made after, this is an almost entirely new game to me. So let's get started. So Founder's Fortune is, as you can see, there are these very cute looking characters here, and we'll be playing in sort of a god mode, directive mode, giving them jobs to do and things like that, as I mentioned, like you do in Oxygen Not Included, in RimWorld, and those types of games. Founder's Fortune is heavily moddable. However, I am not playing with any mods. Some of the mods are very cheaty. I was looking at the Steam Workshop for those, or at those last night, and some of the mods are very cheaty. But there are probably some out there that are very interesting, adding new items, new whatevers into the game. But we'll check those out at a later date. Not at this point, being this the first series on this game, I think it's good to play this game in vanilla. So a small variety of settings available, including the usual graphics settings here, audio settings, of course, and I think the sound is good with the music and the sound effects. If not, I'll tweak it as we go along. And of course, let me know in the Premiere chat or in the comments or of course on Discord, if you think I should tweak any of the settings of the game. So we have, of course, also some other settings here, and I think I'm pretty much on most of the default type stuff here. And then there's a lot of key bindings available too, and hopefully I can have all of these. I have all of these memorized. That may or may not actually be true, but we'll see. So we're gonna act as if we're starting a new game. I actually have a game saved that's at the very beginning, but a game saved for some reasons I'll explain as we go through the new game setup. So you can choose a map size here. We're just going to go with medium. It's a default size, so we're going to go with that. And we're going to go with a calm world. Calm gives us extra meals, 80 instead of 40. And it makes it a little more base building themed and a little less combat survival themed. They also take half the damage from injuries as opposed to the default, obviously, full damage from injuries. And they also need fewer food rations too, compared to like a dangerous that the combat's a little more involved. You take 50% more damage from all kinds of injuries, and we only start with 10 meals as opposed to 40 or 80. So we would need to get really started on that. Since I kind of like calm city builders, I think I'm going to do a calm game. We will probably have to do a little bit of combat, but I'm okay with that. I just don't want to do a lot of combat. I'm going to leave the pirates as not peaceful, the goblins as not peaceful. We're going to do a mixed set of island biomes versus mostly grassland or mostly forest. We have some goblin villages, and we have standard aging. So our characters here actually do age up and die of old age. So you need to constantly be replacing them with new colonists, which is different than most other games, I think. At least Oxygen Included, which I have a lot of time in. You don't have to replace them unless they actually die from some accident. And then here you can choose random colonists to start the game with. And I did go through the randomizer a little bit on the two that we can start with. And I was looking at different personality traits and the skills that they have available to us. And so they get a wide variety of possible personality traits, and you can amend those later once we get into the game. But there's quite a lot of options here, and some of them are positive and some of them are negative, and then the skills are towards one or more professions, and they give us different abilities inside of those professions. So I went through the randomizer and I picked a couple of colonists that I liked, And I also picked a map that starts where I could get access to some fruit to pick for food. And let's go ahead and load up into my game that I have pre-staged. And I'm going to pause quickly. So we have Henrietta and Nico. I did move them. The game started me out down here someplace, I think on one of the coasts down here. I did move them over here to this area. And the reason I did was because we have some apple trees here and some apple trees here. So the idea was to make sure that they have some easy access to food early on before we can research cooking. So just like other games in this genre, there is a fairly large research tree here. And if you watch my InfraSpace series, you'll notice the research tree looks kind of familiar, which kind of makes some sense. They kind of use the similar design. So initially we can do 3 different researches. I think that's the only ones we can do. And we have to decide which ones we want to do first. Which one we want to do first. Farming is a likely first choice because that's where you get the campfire, so you can do some cooking. But and then you can also do some growing of cultivated plants too. But we'll get to that as we get to that. Across the top here we have some equipment that we can, that it shows us like a summary, I think, of the equipment that the colonists have. We have some special inventory items here. I'm not exactly sure what that even is specifically is for. Then we have raw food available, cooked food available, wood available, stone available, iron ore, healing plants, illness, medicine, healing potions, textiles, crystal, scrolls, coins, and beer. So these are all of our resources across the top here. We can turn on combat mode, which will make our colonists don their combat equipment and stop working at their jobs and whatnot and be ready to control for battle. And then we have a diplomacy screen. On our map here, we have 4 different tribes that we are going to be able to find. And actually none of these is aggressive towards us, which is interesting. The first test game I did, one of them was aggressive, 2 of them were neutral, and one of them was kind-hearted. So this will be a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be. But that's okay. We can always play again, at least in terms of dealing with the tribes. Although we could make these 2 mad at us and deal with them as enemies. Yeah. So that'll be easy. That'll be something we'll deal with in a little while, is dealing with those tribes. And here's one tribe here. I don't know where the rest of them all are. Over here's another. Here's another. And I don't know where the 4th ones are. I did look around, and I didn't see a 4th tribe. There's another small island. Oh, there they are. They're on the other small island. Right, of course. They're exactly where you would expect to look for them on when you couldn't find them on the main island. So I'm going to unpause the game. It is now spring. This game has a full season, full set of seasons, and it does, you do experience all 4 seasons, and there are differences to the game in both seasons. So we have 2 people here. Actually, let me pause again because I wanted to go through the other parts of this too. So Henrietta's are one of our first colonists. She is tireless, has a favorite food of fruit salad, and is a fast learner. Fast learner was the trait that I was looking for both of these here, and you can see why. They learn new skills in half the time. So as a trade-off, I did not get any specializations for them, any skills for them. And we can look at these skills as we're ready to put points in them as they level up. But I purposely started out our 2 initial colonists with no skills, so that we have to level them up into the skills we want them to do. And instead, I decided to go with that fast learner trait so that they could learn those skills faster. We just did that. And so we'll go into that professions skills screen in a little while. We can also see their relationship status with the other colonists. So Henrietta is currently an acquaintance with Nico, and they have a natural tendency to be positive. We can either lose, friendship with them or relationship with them and make them become disliked, or we can gain it and they become buddy as the next stage. And then also, Henrietta can have some important possessions. She can also get a paycheck. Once we level them up far enough, they'll actually demand payment, if I remember correctly. What their current tool is, what their current clothing is, and then they have also a set of civilian equipment. So that could be themed like an axe for chopping trees and some lumberjack clothing. And they can have combat equipment, so say a sword and some armor. So we'll be able to look at all these things as we go through the game. We can also rename them, I think, some way. I thought we could rename them. I guess maybe we can't. Oh, here we are. So I may rename them to match some of my patron names and whatnot. If you are watching and are interested, and you're a patron or a Twitch subscriber, by all means, let me know that you're interested in being a named character in Founder's Fortune. Or I think I will also ask for volunteers in Discord in the subscriber only channel. Yep. So the other thing we can do, and this is not character dependent, so let's go ahead and click here first, is we can or click off the character and then click here. We can build various items. Most of them are locked right now, but things like a food basket, a sleeping bag, a bonfire, and a grave are the 4 items that we have here in the life tab. There are nothing available in farming. There's a few things available here in work, which we'll get to very soon. But most things, if we have them at all, are very simple. Some storages, different types of storages for different types of materials, wood and stone. And these expand out the storage limits we have up here. So right now, we have 150 out of 200 possible stone stored in some invisible storage, and we can expand that by groups of 100 by placing down wood stockpiles, for example. Decorations right now include flowers and apparently window shutters, and then we'll get to have more things as we unlock them. Rugs are all locked right now, and pillars are just that, pillars. And then we also need to build housing and rooms for them, similar again to other games of the like, where we have walls and we have fortifications, which are obviously fortified walls or walls for defense. We have floors, we have doors, windows, and stairs. And a lot of them again are locked that we'll have to unlock. And then there are some settings we can control for the whole colony. We can designate trees to chop, rocks to cut, gathering of plants, and we can clear that as well. And then we can also dedicate zones to animals. Now, animals are new since the last time I played, so I'm going to be interested to see exactly what you can do with animals. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that there is a world ID here. I don't know how you would use this, because I never saw anything where you would enter this in. But if you wanted to play on the same simulated world as me, that's how you do it. Maybe there's a mod to handle that or something. But this must be like a world seed ID. So we're going to go ahead and get started. It is now spring. We want to build a bonfire, and one of them is going to come and do it, and the other one is going to lay there and stare up at the clouds, because only one person can build one thing at one time. They both had a wish, by the way. I forgot to point those out. They have expectations here, which they want food, they want a sleeping spot, and they want these other things that aren't unlocked yet: life satisfaction, community, promotions, and salary, which I hinted at before, or talked about before. But they also have wishes. So Henrietta wishes for a sleeping spot and wishes for a raw food basket. Nico wishes for a research book stand and a raw food basket. So you can kind of imagine what we might want to do next, and that is to build first a raw food, maybe over here-ish, a raw food thingy, which is a basket for raw food, and then some sleeping spots. And so you can E and Q to rotate, and the game is on a grid. So this is the grid here. We'll go ahead and build 2 of those, and hopefully they'll chat it up a little bit. I guess they're chatting. You can see what they're doing up here currently. Yeah, they're talking to each other currently. Mm-hmm. And then Henrietta's going to go relax, but we don't want Henrietta to relax. We want Henrietta and Nico to go build their their sleeping spots, and then one of them will go build the fruit basket as well, the food basket, that is. And then they can claim these sleeping spots. And that will both give them this credit. And then we saw that Henrietta's wish for having a sleeping spot just vanished, or just went away, and we gained some satisfaction for it. And instead now she wants a payday of at least 5 coins. Well, that's going to be a long time, Henrietta, before you get paid, because we don't have any money coming in yet. We could cancel this, deny this wish. It'll make her mad, but we could. I think I'll leave it here, though, for now. But she would like to have a healing potion cabinet in the colony, and Nico would like to have a loom and a research book stand. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, the loom and the research book stand both require a room, so we need to actually start building some sort of a house. And so we could build with simple wooden walls, which cost 0.8 wood each. Actually, what we should do first is go pick some food. Actually, Nico, why don't you also become a farmer? That way you can get skill for it. And then we also want to cut down some trees, and Henrietta can become a forester. I don't think there were any skills that really mattered. For which one did which? No. Wait, Nico, are you? No, I want you to pick trees. Gather apples, not cotton. And you're gonna apparently go clean up that stump. Okay, sure. So we want to build a house, and we want to build walls. So we can do a simple wooden wall, clean wooden wall, or a simple stone wall. And you can see the cost for each segment. I think we're just going to do the simple wooden wall for now. We can build more later. A few migrants have seen our fire signal and just arrived in a small boat. Send a colonist to accept them. So let's view that. And so we need to take maybe Henrietta to come over here and talk to this person. And they'll actually, if they're both not doing anything, if the other person's not doing anything, they will actually move toward each other and to have that conversation. There's a help menu too here, and we can do that later. So once Henrietta's done talking to the new person, maybe we can ask about traits, and then maybe we can accept migrants, because we're going to need to have this third person anyway. So let's go ahead and just accept them in almost no matter what person they are, because I think it takes a while till you get another migrant. You're a level 3 scholar. Okay, that's good. We can always use a scholar. But we did bring her in. Okay, good. And then you can come over here and construct that, and then we can claim that. And this is Renee. Renee Lindner. Lindner. So let's go ahead and start building that building that I keep saying that I'm going to do and then don't. I want to go like, I think maybe 10 total. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, wait a minute. I don't know that I did that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, because it's I know what I did. It's telling me how much wood it costs on how many segments I've built. So that's all I want is, since it's 0.8 wood per each segment, 4 wood is 5 segments. Okay. So you need to take ownership of that, and then you can sleep whenever you want to sleep. They do have stats like mood and stamina and hunger and health down here. And once their stamina gets low enough, they will go to sleep. Or they will try to go to sleep. Okay, and Henrietta is done with her sleep. She is tireless, so she doesn't need as much sleep. That's why she regained her stamina very fast and then is back up and working again. Let's see. Renee was... Yeah, see, Renee now wants to sleep inside and also wants some wishes to be satisfied. One of those is a research book stand, which is what we're actually working toward right now. And they also want a reach relationship with their buddy of Buddy with Nico Ernst. So we're going to go ahead and encourage that as well. But not yet. Oh, and this is also their age too. So Renee will pass away in 28.4 days. Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Nico? You're going to gather cotton. I don't want you gathering cotton. I want you picking fruit. Gather apples. You gathered all those apples already? Okay. We may need to figure out some more food. Once you're awake, you can go back to building. That's fine. And we saw that skill that Renee has of it being a level 3 scholar. So you can see that here. What's this do? Star, 2 stars, 3 stars. I don't know what that means. So a scholar can mine crystals and perform research. I don't know what this means. That's the only thing. I see that changing this icon over here, but I'm not sure what it means. But there, you can see there's various professions. We've already elected. Okay, maybe I do want that to be 3 stars. Maybe it's like their primary profession. I bet you it's like how much effort they put into things. I bet you that's what it is. So the primary thing that Renee will do is scholar, and then secondary will be a builder. And then the primary thing that Nico will do is a farmer, and the primary thing Henrietta will do is forester. And then they'll go from there and do other things. Okay, Renee, how long are you going to sleep for? You don't like being questioned like that. Oh, that's because I had you ask a bunch of questions. Or had them ask you a bunch of questions. Okay. Has the music gotten quieter or is it gone? I think it's between songs. Because there is some quiet noise, but it's not very loud. But the clicking of the menus is loud, so I don't necessarily want to turn up the sound effects. Oh, here comes the music back now. Maybe we could go a little bit more on the music. We'll see. I kind of like the game music. It's kind of relaxing.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're well rested. So they gained these temporary boosts here, which affect their mood, and it's a new colony, so they're optimistic because of that, and then they're well rested, so that increases their mood, but then they were questioned, so that reduces the mood.
Yeah.
And the same thing kind of goes here. This Henrietta's mood is very high because they had a wish fulfilled, new colony, and are well rested. Yep. Now what are you doing? Oh, we don't want you to go gather crystals just yet. Come over here and construct stuff. You've got work to do first. Okay, and then let's do some more walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna do a 5x5 room to start with. I think that's 5x5. No, that's only 4x4. Crap. Delete these walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 there. And we need to put a door in here too. So I'm going to put a door in here and here. So just they can pass through between the two. And they'll go back to, or to the other side, that is, so they can go out either way. We'll do 5 there and 5 there. I'm probably going to want doors here in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. How did I screw this up? Doggone it, Wally. Cancel. No, cancel. Don't do that. Sorry. We need to delete this whole wall. And you don't get much back for deleting stuff, so don't do it very often. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I don't know if 5x5 is truly good or not, but we're going to go with it anyway. I'm going to put a door in here, and I think maybe just a door in that side. And hopefully... Are you mining crystals again? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come back here and help build. Let's actually get Henrietta to also build.
Yeah.
And maybe even Nico can help build. Once you're done eating, of course. Of course. And you have a lot of options too. When you click on a character, you can tell them a risky joke, you can try to impress them, insult them, fight with them, kill them, or just talk with them. No, lots of things. If we click and hold on an object that's been built, we can move it. And then we can rotate to put it down. So we're going to move the beds inside here. You all just want to go do your own jobs, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you move these? Are you going to move them? Okay, you're going to move them. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Henrietta... Yeah, so the expectations of living sleeping inside, are now being fulfilled. So now we just need to satisfy some more wishes so that they can level up their satisfaction here. So we're going to build a healing potion cabinet, and we're also going to build a research book stand. And I think we'll do the research book stand first. That's here under work, research book stand, and that's going to go here in this... Oops, I pressed the wrong button. It's going to go here in this room. R and F are to switch which floor you're on. They can also do that here with these buttons, like that. Okay, you're going to build that? That's great. And then we're going to also do the, what was the other thing? Somebody wanted the healing potion cabinet, which is here. It's big. You put that in that corner. That'll consume a lot of wood. So you are... Nico's going to pick cotton. Maybe we'll have Renee come and build this. And then I'm going to hold down Shift, because that's how you chain different commands. And then I want Renee to analyze crystals. And we're going to research farming first. That's how you research, you analyze crystals. We'll go ahead and check that also. Oh, okay, Henrietta's going to do the building. That works for me too. Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, and you want a flower pot in your room. That's something else we can do easily. Let's go here to decoration. And we'll put a simple flower pot in the room and let that go. You must be, yeah, you must have got hungry, so you went to eat, and then you'll go back to researching after that, or analyzing after that. You're just gonna pick all the cotton? Okay. I mean, that's fine. We'll, you're gonna max it out pretty soon, but they'll just stop once it maxes out, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, good. You're gonna build that. That satisfies Renee's wish. We're gonna need a table, and we're gonna need a loom, and I think we need to build some more housing also, some more walls. Right there. Yeah, building 4 segments is 4 wood, and building 5 segments is 5 wood, because it rounds up, so, yeah. Yep. We need a chair. We also need to work on their socialization here. And a table. And the loom. I'm going to put the loom in this room. It's going to be kind of the workroom to start with. And I think I'm going to put the table and chairs in this room. And yeah, the payday thing's not gonna come very soon. Let's do table. We're just gonna do a rough wooden table, just a basic table. We don't have enough wood for it. Okay, well, Henrietta, when you wake up, then you can go back to foresting. And you can see that she's making some progress towards that task right now.
Yeah.
Alright, she should be waking up pretty soon. And I've started this game out slow, but I think we're going to probably play most of it on the medium speed. And I started out slow so that I could talk through and introduce parts of it before, hopefully you're going to chop a tree or remove a stump, that'll work. Just for this, probably just for this episode, and then we'll speed it up for subsequent episodes. Like most games in this genre, they, you kind of, unless you're really distracted or whatever, you kind of really want to play on a faster speed. Otherwise, you tend to get kind of lost in it, or ahead of yourself in it, and that can cause problems too, because you can try to do too many things too early, like I don't know, building a table when you don't have enough wood, for example. I like how they remove things too in the beginning here. They just kick it, and eventually it goes away. It's kind of fun. So the good thing about getting Renee and being a level 3 scholar is Renee will be able to both mine the crystals and perform research. So Renee's going to mine crystals until he gets 10, and then he'll come back and research those 10. And then he'll go mine them, and then he'll come back and research them. So he can kind of be self-sustaining in that way. The miner profession also has skills toward, or has abilities towards the same thing, where they can mine crystals as well as stone and iron ore. So depending on how many miners you have versus how many scholars you have, you might want your miners doing that, or you might want your scholars doing the crystal mining. And whichever one you don't want doing it, you can just uncheck the checkbox on that character, and they just won't do that job anymore. Okay, hop up. Okay, you're gonna go build walls. That's good, Nico. Good job. Oh, we need to put a door in here. Oops. Good. Let's do doors between all the rooms like this. There's gonna be a room here too, just so you know. But I think I don't have enough wood. Yeah, we need 10 wood for that. So we're gonna have to let Henrietta keep working hard over here. And Renee should be waking up pretty soon. And actually, I think it's time to speed them up a little bit. Oh, you're helping. Okay, good. And then you can probably go back to chopping down trees, because we're going to need you to do that, because I just spent the last 10 wood. Or kicking down trees, I mean. Yeah, I think the medium speed's going to be better. There might be times we play at fast speed, too. You're bored. Okay, well, then let's look at building items. Things like work. A loom? It needs 30 wood. We don't have 30 wood. What was the other things you all wanted? Chairs and tables? Those we can probably pull off. I'm not actually sure even what we do with the loom right now. 20 wood there? Maybe not. And basic wood stump stools. Yeah, we're going to do those. So, oops, I did it again. Press the wrong button. Let's rotate. You can see that there's a little arrow on things. When there's an arrow, that's the direction in which they use it. / sit on it. So we're going to want to have at least 3 chairs, but I'm going to do a 4th one. And that's the way they will sit on that. And then we can put down a table once we get a little bit more wood stockpiled here.
Yep.
I hope... Oh, you're going to collect some more cotton. These tribesmen here are one of the more agreeable ones. So they shouldn't get too mad at us for working around here. And you'll see when they pick up food from the basket, they'll go and sit down if there's an available chair to sit at. Of seating of any kind. It's not necessarily a chair, but who wanted... Yeah, so farming. Okay, good. We're going to discover farming, don't worry. Alright, we're kicking down some more trees, so we'll be able to build that table soon. Oh, welcome back. You went and mined 4 crystals. Now you're back to do the research for them. All on your own. That's good. And let's rotate that table and place it there. And I think that's actually where we're going to leave this episode for today. So I hope this is interesting to you. I hope you're excited to watch this game. And we're going to continue this series. I'm not sure exactly how the game has an end. other than, you know, completing all the research and building all the things. I'm not sure if there's an end condition or if this is just kind of how you just kind of play it kind of open-ended a little bit. So we'll see. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure how long the series is going to last. But if there's enough interest, we can always do another series with a different start, maybe even the medium difficulty start. I'm going to pause because we finished farming unlocked, or we unlocked farming. Maybe in the medium difficulty start, and we could do a larger map. We could also look at some mods. So let me know what you think about this game in the chat for the premiere, or in the comments, or visit me on Discord, and which you can find in the description below, and let me know what you think. Thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.